How many followers do you have?
Kind of like 4K.
And how much money are you making right now per month from that?
So biggest month was a little under 12K at 11.9. Now we're at like sitting pretty at 10.
So you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
make
yeah.
money with not that many followers, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's just more so proving to myself that I didn't make the biggest mistake of my life quitting my job and like kind of just like liquidating everything to go all in. So now it's just like, fuck, if I can make this, like I could run this shit all the way up.
Cool. What's up, everybody? Today we have our client Quentin with us, an agency owner. Really started to grow recently, so we want to jump on, do a little client interview, kind of chop it up a little bit, see what's up, see what he's been doing. So, Quentin, dude, introduce yourself for me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me. My name is Quentin. I started an agency, YouTube, done for you. I help my clients pretty much edit, script, upload their YouTube videos so that way they can just make more money.
Sick, sick. Yeah, dude. I think the first thing I kind of want to go over is like, how'd you even get into this? Like, how'd you start? How'd you get into it? How'd you start editing YouTube videos for people? What sparked that?
Yeah, well, so I mean, I started off just pretty much like straight up Normieville. I went to college, got a 9 to 5. I was kind of just living life on autopilot till I realized there was no like exponential growth in 9 to 5, and I couldn't make as much money as I wanted. So that led me to start, looking online, seeing what was going on, and obviously, if you're, on like the online money Twitter sphere, you'll probably run into your account, and
Sure.
that's what introduced me to your content there.
Sick. When was that?
I'd say probably about 2 years now.
Okay, so you were in
Yeah.
Normieville, you said. What
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Normieville?
Norrieville is waking up, doing the 9 to 5, collecting the paychecks. You have a girlfriend, and it's just the weekends. You drink, you watch sports, and then you just repeat.
How old are you?
28.
28. Okay, I knew it was
Yeah.
definitely in the 20s. I just didn't know how old. So you had a corporate job? And
Yep.
what was that? What were you doing?
I was working IT remote support.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sick. And then so what was it about the YouTube stuff and editing YouTube videos for people that you chose that? Because like there's a lot of things you could choose. Why
Yeah.
did you choose that?
Yeah. So my first agency I started was actually running paid ads for realtors. Um, didn't really enjoy that much, but what I guess learned from the whole running paid ads is it works a lot better if you have organic content for people to look you up and learn more about you before they pay you.
Yep.
And all of my clients had absolutely zero organic presence. And because I didn't like working with realtors that much, and I was like starting to get obsessed with the organic side, I just spun up this like let's create YouTube videos for other entrepreneurs offer,
Yep.
and that is what I'm still doing right now.
Cool. And when was that? When did that start?
I want to say we're approaching a year. I think it'll be a year in February.
Congrats, bro. And
Thanks.
and you started with us, I think, earlier this year, maybe like 5 months ago, 6 months
Ye-
ago.
Yeah. So when I started with you guys, that's when I was like, all right, like I want to start this YouTube organic offer. I didn't really know much about it. I was making no money, but that's like right when I was like, all right, no, this is what I'm doing. I'm pivoting fully into this.
Okay. I remember talking with George and he said you almost yeah, I think you tried to cancel the call with us.
Yeah, yeah,
And you were
yep.
like something about I'm not buying today or something like that. What was the flip? What changed your mind? Like why did you
Yeah.
still show up and still join and that sort of thing?
I mean, George is one persuasive motherfucker. Excuse my language there. Um, but I think like what really pushed me over the line to work with you guys because I knew where I was at right now. I needed to pay someone to help push me further along. I like I said, I'm 28. I don't have years to kind of just fuck around. I want to
Yep.
pay to learn. Um, and a big, actually, I guess you could call it an insecurity that I had was that I'm seeing on Twitter a lot of like young guys killing it, and I'm like, bro, I'm 28. Is this even like viable? Um, and then George was telling me pretty much like, dude, like, look at our program. We got a bunch of people who are in their 20s, absolutely killing it. So he kind of just like told me that objection was retarded. Um, and I really like how he just kind of explained that you guys are working with a lot of people who are currently killing and my age, younger, et cetera. And I was just like, all right, it makes sense.
Yeah. And one thing I think is bro, it's never too late to start in
Yeah.
internet money. You know, there's a lot of guys that we work with. and we don't work with a lot of people I just know in general that are in their mid 30s, approaching 40, and they just get started and they still make it. Like it's bro, as long as you know how to use the phone, you can,
Yeah.
you know the IT stuff, you can figure it out, right?
Yep.
Okay, so where were you at that time? Like, was the agency started? I think you were making a little bit of money, I think.
I was making like 1K
A
from
month.
very like choppy. It wasn't even consistent. It was like one-off type projects. And that was like another hesitation I had when I was on the call with George was like, listen, dude, I'm not making much money. I quit my job, like back against the wall pretty much. And that's where I was at when I started with you guys. I was like kind of in a state of
You
panic
went
almost
all
like
in.
internally. Yeah.
Yeah, you went all in. That's sick. And
Yeah.
so, okay, so you go all in, you're making like 1K a month or so, and it sounds like you would shut down the paid ads agency too, a bit.
Yep.
And where, you said state of panic, but where is your head at when you get started? What actions are you taking? Do you remember the first couple things that we did with you that helped you get clients? What did that look like?
Yeah, yeah. And this is where Joe kind of stepped in. It was pretty big for me too, where I was kind of going over the whole mindset thing of like, listen, I'm 28. I'm probably can't resonate with, the 20-year-old entrepreneur coming up. And he actually, when we were going over our onboarding form of like content strategy, he kind of just like, how can I say it? He pretty much turn that into like a superpower for me, like leverage that.
Okay.
Your experience in your age is something that's going to attract a much like richer ICP actually, and kind of how to develop my voice online because I wasn't sure like how to make posts really on Twitter, like get attention, have clients find me. So really just creating my online voice, which I think is really important because I wanted attention to my offer, but I didn't really know how to get it. And that's like the biggest thing of like creating my online presence that you guys helped me with.
Awesome. And where are most of the clients coming from now? I know you have LinkedIn, you have Twitter. I think you're uploading YouTube videos, obviously, as well. Is it coming from inbound? Is it coming from outbound? Like, I know we talked about this the other day, but I have to ask for the camera.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So probably skill issue with the outbound, but all of my clients pretty much come inbound because they've seen a piece of content from mine, whether it's Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
Yep.
Um, they've either found me somewhere and then booked a call, and those guys usually close.
Okay, and two questions. How many followers do you have? That's the first one. How many followers?
Oh, on which platform?
Just overall combined.
Kind of like 4K
Okay.
or like
So
maybe a
4K
little
combined.
little under 4K. Yeah.
And how much money are you making right now per month from that?
So biggest month was a little under 12K at 11.9. Now we're at like sitting pretty at 10.
Nice, bro. Nice. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
make
yeah.
money with not that many followers, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And what's like I mean, this is so cliche and funny to ask, but like, how does that make you feel actually? Like, I am curious because I didn't realize it was that soon of a kind of a come up from corporate to you tried the first agency, didn't work, you jump into this, you burn the boats, you go all in. Now it's working 10 a month within a few months. How does that feel? Because I haven't had that feeling in a long time. It's been
Yeah,
like 7 years
yeah,
for me. So I'm curious.
yeah. I mean, it's like I don't think I've like truly sat down to like smell the flowers. Obviously, I can like breathe that I'm not stressed out about my next credit card payment or you go all in on these programs, you got to pay them somehow. But yeah, I think it's just more so proving to myself that I didn't make the biggest mistake of my life quitting my job and like kind of just like liquidating everything to go all in. So now it's just like fuck if I can make this like I could run this shit all the way up. And I
Right.
think it just makes me excited, makes me happy. I can't honestly really explain it because when I used to think of like hitting 10K a month, I thought I hit 10K a month, I thought I'd be rich as fuck. But
Don't we
now
all?
yeah,
Every
but
time.
now it's just like shit, this is real. I'm actually making a living off of this business I started from my laptop.
Yep.
So it is like super surreal and just definitely really grateful.
Hell yeah, bro. Incredible. So what's the next step? What's the big goal? Where are we going from here?
Big goal. I mean, I've always said I wanted to like profit like 50, 60K a month. So probably have to hit 100K for that.
I think it's in the cards. with what we just set up
Yeah.
before this, I think it's in the cards.
Yep.
Um, Sick, bro. Is there anything that you think that something you wish you would have known jumping in, before, you worked with us, or something that you think, if somebody is watching this and considering working with us, that they should know?
Yeah, for sure. One thing I wish I like fully understood was that like a lot of the people you see on Twitter, like with the overnight come ups and just kind of making money instantly, um, that's not realistic without like genuinely trying to get better and putting in work. So there is no like you start an online business and money just like instantly spawns in your bank account. Like you actually do have to work. And then second, I think it's joining programs like this. Because if I didn't join, I would probably still just be like fucking about running in circles. And really paying to win is what got me here. You guys have all the systems and frameworks set in place to where, like, yes, you do have to work, you have to show up, but you kind of just say, hey, you're right here. This is what you do to get right here. If you do it, it'll happen. And it's really on you. And I like betting on myself. So if you like to bet on yourself, I would say join.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that, bro. That's awesome. I think
Yeah, no
there's
problem.
just to expand on that, I think there's three layers. There's like one, there's just being in internet business because if you're in the right thing, you can kind of just be there and like kind of make a little bit of money just because you're in the right area where money is. But two, there's also having the frameworks, the systems, the things that take years to learn, that sort of thing. And then the final piece, which I think the other 33%, which you just mentioned, is actually doing the work. Because the
Mhm.
person that is in the right opportunity, that has the systems and framework, and then does the work, is going to beat the guy that has all that shit, but then obviously doesn't show up or like half asses it and that sort of thing. So very cool, very cool.
For
Dude, I
sure.
appreciate you. I appreciate you jumping on, doing this with me. Guys, if you want to check out Quentin's stuff, you want to see who he is, you want to check out more of what his brand looks like, what we've helped him do. I'll leave his link down below in the video. And I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you being here, and appreciate everyone watching. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. One last thing, yo, shout out my boys Joe and George. I know
Awesome.
y'all might see this.
I know George has been helping you with those sales calls.
Yeah, George is goaded.
Hell yeah. Thanks, bro.